Welcome to Take a Step to a Better You. I have something different today. I'm sharing a discussion we had on Zoom where I started by asking the members that joined that what would you do if you had an emergency and didn't have any money? Zero. So they all suggested you see the answer if you choose to watch it, how they responded to that. So I'll ask you, if you had an emergency that needs cash and you don't have any, what would you do? Then, after that, I introduced to them a list of expenses. I did some research. Okay, the kind of expenses you have every month, right? To run your household, run your simple life. I'm assuming it's simple life. So, like starting from housing to everything. Yeah. So I introduced the list and I asked everyone to write down and put amount they need for their household for every amount. I mean, every item, starting from housing, transport, medical, all that stuff. And then they had to come up with a number and then announce if they were positive or negative. Are they making more? Okay, they have more, they could even save some, or they're underwater. They have a negative. So that's the discussion we had. And I'm glad to share it here. Although it wasn't meant for YouTube, actually, it was meant for my community, but I decided to share it with you here to inspire you to come and join my free community so you can do the same. And where we end with this, I started I call it a movement, a global saving money challenge to challenge you to save money. Do you have money saved up enough to take you through like 6 months without any money coming in? That's what we're talking about. But before we can get into the savings, we have to first see where we are today. So if you're seeing for the first time, I'm Sherifa Nakalema. I'm in Virginia, USA. I'm passionate about making money, making more money, making passive money, making multiple sources of income. But now I'm taking it to another level. Why do we need the money? We need the money to make sure we have a peace of mind that we can handle our lives in a peaceful way. We have the savings, we have the investment, and all that, right? That's why I'm doing this. And please consider subscribing to my channel because these are the topics I do too. And I'm wearing this shirt because we're making money on Skool. That's where I take it if you want to do that. But for now, please watch them, watch this discussion. I'm thinking you're going to benefit from it. Welcome, welcome. I welcome you here. This is my first discussion of a very, very important topic, dear to my heart. For some of you who've seen me around, I'm always saying, come, let's make more money. Come, let's make. But why do we need the money? I said, let me go to the details of why I'm passionate about this. Before I even say my name, I want to mention something that okay, I'm originally from Uganda, although I'm here in America. But growing up, I'm 58 years old right now. We grew up in a time where there was no stability. Something called stability was not there. Like you are running every day because of the war. It was the Idi Amin war. Now it's the Obote's war. And now this other war. Like some war is always happening. So my father lost everything during the Amin's war. So I know what it looks like not have food, not to know where the food is going to come from. And then my brother, after that war, he was a doctor who was the one who had some good money. They sort of convinced him to run for some kind of political position. And then he ended up going to exile, lost everything too. And then when I came to America, some of you will hear my story. My husband had an accident. And so my life has seen these things where there is money and then there's no money. There is money, there's no money. So no one is safe. As I'm speaking right now, there's someone called Ty Lopez. Maybe you know him on social media here. Very big. He just got sued by the SEC here in America because of the business he was doing. And they sued him for 112 million USA dollars. You think about that. So you can't say I'm safe. You can't say I have a lot of money, everything's good. For the rich people, it's the lawsuits. For us, it could be a sickness. So the topic is we need more money. We need to save money, to figure out a way to save money. And the average person is just says, okay, I go to work, I pay my bills a month, and I go to work, I pay my bills a month. So what happens? What if you can't work and you can't bring in the money? So I call this the Global Saving Money Challenge. The name I'm giving it, and it's global, truly global. I'm just starting like right now. I want all of you to think about situations that could lead you to these things I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm Sherifa Nakalema. I'm here in Virginia, USA. I'm a YouTuber, I'm TikToker, I'm everywhere. With the intention of, I wish I could convince all of you to start a business. Because when you have a business, that's something that could run itself, maybe if you're lucky, you set it up to get properly, that could feed your family forever. I mean, forever, even after you go. I'm passionate about business. I'm passionate about multiple sources of income, not to depend on just one income. And I'm passionate about, after I read this book, it's called Rich Dad Poor Dad, I'm passionate about passive income. Money that comes whether you work or not. Maybe you have a rental property or you have, and now with this internet, we figured out how to make passive money. So, and I'm wearing this shirt intentionally because we're going to go through an exercise right here. And I'm going to ask all of you to get out your pen and paper, or whatever way you calculate numbers, and come out, or we're going to look at your income and expense and see where you are. So if you end up with a deficit meaning what you're making is, what you're spending is more than what you're making, or maybe you were positive, but still you want to make more money, here is the solution. It solves all those things that I talked about: business, multiple sources of income, and passive income. So that's the purpose of this. And I want to start by asking you, and thank you for being here. If you had an emergency situation, like a real emergency, and you look around, you don't have any money, maybe a sick child, maybe your car broke down, or maybe here in America, you have these things like the AC, the heating and cooling, it breaks down and it's a lot of money, and you don't have the cash. Assume you don't even have the credits. Here they use a lot of credit cards. You don't have it. What do you do? So I'm going to start with you. Your situations are different. I'm going to start with Centrally. You are in UAE. If your car broke down and you look around, check your balance in account, you have maybe $20, there's no money. Okay, UAE is not dollars, whatever money you use over there. What do you do? What do you do? What's your solution?
I look for someone to help out.
Someone.
Yeah, someone, a friend to help me.
So is that guaranteed that the friend will help you?
Why not? I mean, yes.
So it's a company.
When I'm stuck, definitely, and I tell him about the problem, we can always assist.
Okay, so that for you, that's a guarantee that you have a friend to call and they send money, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's good. You're in good books, I guess. Let me go to Miss Sophia. Miss Sophia, what about you?
For me, it really depends on how much I need and what kind of crisis I may be in. So for the friends, it works for small monies. But for a big financial crisis, like some of us who are taking care of our parents, if it happens to be big medical bills, sincerely, I may have to liquidate assets, which has challenges because it's often not easy to liquidate assets. Like I can't just sell off a piece of land as soon as I need it. So yeah, I guess just have to get more money. There is an option of getting emergency loans, but now for me as a Muslim, religious issues, I'm trying to stay away from that. So it just comes to finding ways to have more money and perhaps create an emergency fund for such situations.
And that's the goal. So, but to go back to what I was asking, actually, that's a little bit mid-term, what you just described right there. But I'm thinking about like right now. Something happened, like you need it like today.
Yes, as I had shared earlier, like just last week, I needed 500,000 to buy a visa that I didn't have. So a friend helped out. Okay. But I do know that that is not sustainable.
No.
Mm.
So at least you have good friends, right? That's good.
I only have three. Whereby we understand this, like we are like, let us be there for each other for these small things and always endeavor to take it back so that the relationship is healthy.
Okay, that's good.
But yeah.
So, Professor, I don't know. Thank you for sharing. So, Professor, I don't know if you can speak or not. He had an issue with his phone. So, Penina, are you able to speak now?
Yes, Ajat.
Okay, what kind of emergency would happen to a student? And please don't talk about phone because the phone is not a need. So, what kind of emergency would you have
Yes,
as
Ajat,
student?
it's about tuition.
I'm sorry?
Like Ajat, tuition.
Tuition is not your, I don't think that's the kind of emergency for a student. That would be for your parent. That's a tuition, that tuition would be like for your parent. I mean, for you as a young person.
Oh, maybe when I get some complications with my health.
Okay, so you don't have any kind of emergency like right now as you go. By the way, we are proud of you. She's becoming a doctor, our soon to be doctor. So we are very proud of you. Penina, are you sure I don't have any other kind of emergency that requires cash?
Yes, Ajat.
Oh, she's blessed. Okay, that's good. How about you, Mutuba Agency, Kalibala Hubbard? You unmute, please.
For me, I first consider the people whom I helped financially or I borrowed this and ask them to borrow me.
William to borrow me. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. So you consider so that means you have a few of those you helped before?
Yeah.
They'll give you immediately. You just say send me some and they do.
Some of them, not all.
Okay. I guess the conclusion here is that all of you, I think you got a friend, right? So you happen to be all in different countries, not the USA where I am. Actually, over here, the first, I think, place people go to would be their cards, credit cards. They have credit card emergency. They charge on credit. But I don't know. Maybe they talk to friends also. I don't know. In future, we'll find out. I'll keep talking to more people. We'll find out. Now, this is what I've done. I did some research and I found a list of expenses that are common, right? So if you have like or maybe 10 minutes, please get ready, get a pen and paper or somewhere to write. And I want you to go through these 10 items. If the item is relevant to your life, write down the amount every month you need for that amount, for that item. And then we're going to add it up. Then you don't have to disclose anything. Just you know your income, assuming you know your income. And then you put it right there, and then you're going to deduct all these items every month and want to discover if you end up positive or negative. Are you making more or less? Okay, so let me show you the list that I got. Some of the things will not be relevant for you, especially since some expenses are not over here. Let me see, maybe we'll find out. Okay, this is a list I have, right? So are you ready?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay, so if you are ready, I'm going to mute all of you. Maybe this time I use chat. So, okay, we're going to go number 1, housing. So if you are paying rent, or remember we're going monthly. If you are paying rent, or you maybe here in America they have like a mortgage, or maybe you are sharing space or something, but it's called rent. You're paying for space where you live. Please put the amount there. Housing, number 1. I'm not going to ask you for your numbers. I just want for you to find out if you are positive or negative. Okay, number 2, utilities. Utilities, bills, we're talking about water, electricity. If you use some gas, what else? Because gas, electricity, water, what else could it be? Who is going to go with me? I'm unmute Sophie. I'm going to unmute you only. So we go through. If I forget something, you remind me, please. Please unmute. Keep it open. Yours, Sophie. You could keep your mic open, Sophia.
Yes, it is.
So what
Okay.
else there? I said utilities, I talked about, because there are other bills, we'll talk about them later. So water, electric, gas, and what else do you normally have under utilities?
I personally have internet, Wi-Fi. I take it under that.
I think Wi-Fi can be there. And even the telephone bill, I think, could be over there. So please write, if you pay for water, electric, gas, internet, phone, all those, put them right here. But remember, monthly, every month. Okay, number 3, let's try to hurry up. Food and groceries. When you say food and groceries, food is the real food. Like you bought some, what? Sweet potatoes, Irish potatoes, banana, rice, whatever, right? But then the groceries are, okay, you bought some cooking oil, you bought those other things that happen, toilet paper, those kind of things, like the things the household needs. So put them over here. And for now, let's consider that you are eating at home. We're not going out to restaurants. We're talking about, we didn't even discuss the difference between a need and a want. We're talking about needs, what we need to survive. Please, no extras. Let's first go with the needs only. So food, groceries. Okay. Transportation. Transportation will include if you own a car. If you don't own a car, then let's start with maybe you take a bus or maybe boda or a taxi. If you have a vehicle, then we're going to talk about petrol, gas, what you put in, then simple repairs, not too much, like oil change, service, like that, transportation every month. I'm moving on. Number 5, health and insurance. For most of you in the countries where you are, you're not like paying for insurance. Some of you maybe some do, but health, okay. You have to go to a dentist. You feel you had some fever. You go to a nurse close by or something. Some allowance for health and for your family too. If you are a parent, for your children, everyone, the family members, mom, dad, like that. So health right here every month. Okay. Those loans, the ones you borrow, you have to pay them back. So how much are you using to pay loans? Some people, like here, it will be credit card debt. Here, the people are on debt everywhere, so it will be credit. You are paying for a car loan and housing loan and all loans, all kinds of loans right here in the debt. Okay. Now, we call this say expense, but actually I should have said how you spend your money, because maybe you're already doing some saving. How do you spend the money that comes in? We are breaking it down, okay? So saving, investment. Maybe you're already saving some or investing every month. So let's list it down also. Now we are on number 8, personal lifestyle. This would be like, okay, you went out to the movies, you went some shopping extra, you did those fun things you do right here. You went out with friends, that one right here. But basic, not too much. Okay, now we go to the children and education. The children, the basics, what they need, not the groceries, not food, but the other things, maybe clothing. If you're in America, children are expensive in a weird way because they don't wear uniforms. So when they go to school every single day, you have to be buying many pairs of shoes and many pairs of clothing. So they're expensive like that. And the books and everything. Now, if you're in Africa, it's going to be a different story. It's going to be school fees. You have to pay boarding schools and all that. So children and their education. The other thing that's very expensive over here is extracurricular activities. Anything you want, you have to pay for privately. If you want them to play soccer, play whatever game, you have to pay for it. It's not free. So that one is expensive right here. Okay, miscellaneous now. We could take this moment for you to mention something I didn't cover. Like what? Or miscellaneous could be, okay, there's a funeral going on. There is a wedding going on. I don't call wedding basics, by the way. In my life, I don't. That's a want, as far as I'm concerned. People don't die because they didn't contribute to a wedding. So, but it's up to you. There's a funeral, you have to travel. there is a contribution, someone is sick. Okay, that's common in our cultures, right? So miscellaneous, unexpected, right here. So who had the total already?
I'm still just adding up.
Okay. Who has this? I think Penny will have a total quick because most of these are not on your list, right? You're a student. You don't have much of that. So personal lifestyle, that's why we put like going to a salon, haircut, stuff like that right here. Okay, who wants to go? Mutuba Agency? Habart is behind Mutuba Agency. How are you doing? You could unmute, maybe? Could mute. I'm muting stuff for now. How are you doing? You added up?
Yeah,
How are you doing? Are you positive, negative?
I'm in negative.
Negative, time to borrow? And you
Yeah.
also have some debts to pay, people to pay debts or no? Right
No
now.
people to pay.
Eh?
No people to pay.
Just you are just in your own negative.
Yeah.
You know the beginning part also, after we list them down, we go back and look at those numbers. Are those really needs? Is that really the minimum you need? For example, if you're talking about food right here, maybe you put there some fish and some chicken and some beef and all that stuff. But when I talk about basic needs, maybe you don't have to put too much right there. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so we are off by a lot or by not a lot. Okay,
Yes.
if you did like let me give you an example. For example, if your total maybe your total is like 1,000. I'm talking in terms of dollars, right? Or maybe Uganda shillings. If your total was 1 million, the expenses, right? And maybe your salary. So I'm trying to see the relationship between the gap. Like, is it like 20%, 30%, the shortage? Like if it's a million and yeah, a total you made. So are you making like half of that or less? Where are you? You know what I mean, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, where are you? Are you getting like half of what you need or quarter of what you need, or you think you could go back and reduce those numbers? Now, since you know that you're in shortage, that's when you go back and cut down. That's when here you find me that this time I'm going to survive on beans for a while. When I'm trying to cut, like to do that. And then no shopping. I remember I went a time, a few years without even anything called shopping. I didn't do it. I didn't go to buy new clothes. No. So maybe you need to look at the numbers again. How about Sophie? Are you ready? I'm unmuting you. You could unmute now as we wait for him to review. You may go back through your numbers and see if you really put too much, maybe. How about you, Sophie? How are you doing?
I'm grateful for this exercise, first of all, and I did not have to look around for numbers I don't know because this is what I do. Like I plan for my money, and unfortunately, currently, I am always in negatives. I need like 50% more money than what I earn
Are you
current.
sure you don't have to go back to these numbers and make sure those are all needs, not wants?
Yes, I would like to think so because for example, I parked the car and I started using public transport because I could no longer afford it. I understood that quite early.
The car is really
Right now,
expensive.
yes, I was spending 1.26 a month
On a
to
car.
run the car, but now I spend 300K.
See?
On public transport. So I only use the car if I'm taking kids to school, to the hospital, going home, but not commuting to work.
Yeah.
So
That
I
was
have
smart.
put this. stuff I haven't put, like health and insurance. I am lucky that my job pays for the insurance, health insurance. I haven't put for the children and education because that money comes from elsewhere. But still, all these are needs.
Do you know what I would do if I were you? I would budget it in and then just save it. I would assume these kids, I'm responsible for them still. So, but let me put this money somewhere, in some account somewhere. So
I do put somewhere else. That is why I'm able to pay for their school, but just not from salary, from any other field activities, any other trainings. That is the only one I am able to do it. And the reason why I'm in this deficit is because I am paying off my house. And instead of paying for like 10 years, I decided to reduce that time to 5 years. So,
but you know what you could do?
Yes, Sidra, please come.
I think you could, because what you are doing is smart, but I'm also saying it's not a basic. So
True, it's not.
Maybe instead of counting all of it as an expense right now, as something that maybe just take the portion of it that's enough for you to pay your rent. You see what I mean? For example, if I have a mortgage here and it's like 200,000, whatever, yet just renting the same space is like 1,000. Even if I'm paying like 5,000 every month, I don't have to count all the 5,000 because the other one, I'm just doing it to maybe to save interest or something. But you count the equivalent, or how much you would pay for that space if you're renting it. Are you getting me?
Yes, I am.
Yes. So because you put too much money right there in that spot for housing, I think, right?
Yes, it is a lot. It's the most. It's half of my expenses.
No, I think I'll put the equivalent, the market price of that space. If someone rent it. Yes. Because the other one is a choice. You decide to pay a little bit more on the loan, right?
Yeah.
But if someone came to rent that space, how much would they pay? So that's what you would put right here. The market price, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you are doing the extra just to help you pay this off, which is smart, but it's not realistic, the number you're giving now for housing. That's true.
Yes, it is.
Yes. So when you reduce that, how much do you save? Oh, I don't have to know the number, but does it help?
It gives me 1.2.
Okay, back, right? Yes. Because you think of it like this. If you had an emergency, then you don't have to pay more on housing. Like you stop that, the extra. Yes. I remember when we had the accident to my husband, we were saving for college for children. What I did, I didn't close the account, but I reduced the amount we're putting in every month. I just went and slashed it by like 70%. I didn't close it, but so you keep paying, but a little bit less until the situation gets better. That makes sense, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay, Kalibala, where are we now? Did you review the numbers?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the solution? I mean, not a solution about money. I mean, what did you find? Did you look at the numbers again? I can't hear you now. You have to unmute.
The solution that is that I need to make more money.
Okay, that one was obvious, but I said, did you go back and also look at whether you put maybe you put large numbers? Then we need all the basics.
Yeah.
You still are in the deficit by what percentage? Like 30%?
It's like 75%.
What, shortage? Or you have 75%, you are missing 25%.
I'm missing 25%.
You can catch up with that. For you, let me offer some solutions. I'm going to close this. I don't know if I'm going to upload it or not, but what do you think? I could put it up for people to see that this is really a good discussion, right? I could put in our community, our free community. This is what I suggest. If you are in Uganda, some of you are in Uganda, and Uganda is not allowed on this platform, at least you can't be paid on it, but you can be on it, but you can't be paid on it. So I'll suggest that you watch around how we run these things and learn to be like a moderator or an administrator or something like that. So you be an administrator for especially people who are in Africa, because I don't know if I could share something here. What do you think? Should I do it now today or no? I want to show you something to show you that actually maybe those people who watch this later, that there are ways to make money on here even when you are not allowed to make money actually, but you can, because we are smart a little bit, right? Creative. Let me show you what you do if you are in a country that's not allowed. You know, this challenge started, by the way, they started again. So let me show you what you could do. I want to go to the map. See this map? The map will show you where these people are. The people who have communities. Like this is Kenya right here. So in Kenya here, someone could send you money by phone, right? So you could find someone here, like this one. The way you know that they have a community, you tap on their name like this and look right here, owned by. So this one has a community, see? And you can take a look at it like this. See, they have many people, 1,400. So this kind of person, let me see how you get in there. Can you join it? Let me see. Oh, it's archived. This is not active. That's how you know. It's paused. It's a paused community. But let's assume you find a community that's active, right? So you can send them a message and say, oh, I could be a manager of your community or something. How about this one? I don't like people with the number one. I told you, I think when someone has number one, that means they're not very active. Okay, let's find someone who's active. See, that's the one actual, and he paused his community. How about this one? Number one, no. Wow, these people are not very active. They open communities, but they're not very active. So, okay, this one. Here the community, see that? Wow, Spanish. This is Spanish, right? I think so. Anyway, what I'm trying to show you is that you can talk to people. You could work for them, okay? Like people like me. You could come and work for me, and then I pay you outside of the system, of this system. Other than that, because like West Africa right here, I see Ghana. Ghana could have jobs. Let's see. Okay, you are the way you chat with the person, you tap like this, like here, like this. Then you send them a message. And when you do that, you can see where they live. It says Accra, right? See? So anyway, I wanted to show you a little bit of what Skool is about. And this is really good. This is my community. This one, you see, it shows that we are live. You see that? It shows that we are live. That's my community. And for me, if you are a member and you are really, really good, I could give it to be a moderator. You moderate and I pay you some money. So that's a way to make some, and you could even promote. You could invite people, and when you invite people, you get paid. We have many communities like this one for exercise for men. This one you could also come and manage and be paid. Okay, so I think I'll stop this discussion here. You're going to let me know if it's worth posting or not in our community or not. Maybe it's inspiring for people to start thinking, right? What do you think? We have Professor back. Professor, and we have Centrally back. How did you come? I didn't see. We got Centrally's answer. We didn't get Professor to speak. Are you able to speak, Professor? Something is wrong with his phone. So Penina, do you want to say something? I'm about to close this one. Sophie, I really appreciate you being here. So let's talk about if you have a takeaway. What did you take away from this This is my first one. I'm planning to have many people over here to inspire them to really focus on this. If you're making enough money right now, focus on saving it, focus on investing, focus on having, I talk about emergency money, but my emergency money, as far as I'm concerned, is two ways. Because people say emergency money when a car breaks down. No, I don't call that emergency money. I call that just reserve money that you have in your bank account. You say, okay, I keep some money in case something happens. But when we talk emergency, we are talking about you lost a job, or you had an accident, or like big things happening, okay? So that's the one they say you have to have at least 6 months worth or 8 months. But then in our situation, when my husband had an accident, that wasn't enough because the bills alone they were in 300,000 US dollars. So, and then you are not working because he had an accident, but taking care of him, so you can't work. You see, it's like, and then you have to buy the medication and the X-rays and all the things that are happening. So it's like they call it double whammy. I don't know, triple whammy, whatever it is. So we can never have enough. We just have to keep going. That's why we need the what? The passive money, the business, because then they keep running. The employees will be working. If you had something like a rental house, it will be still bringing some. You see, that's my mission. So what's your takeaway? Let me start with you, Ms. Sophia, because I was so happy to see you here.
Thank you so much, Sherifa.
I'm sorry?
I'm saying thank you so much for this engagement. It's been really insightful. And my takeaway is that, first of all, I need to make more money because currently I am in deficits. Secondly, it's best if it is passive because I do not have that much time considering what I do. And these other businesses that require buying and selling are very high risk if I'm not there physically. And then you did talk about someone working for you since Ugandans are not being paid, and this is me asking for that modulator job.
No. I have to qualify you. You just passed the test by being here today, but we have to qualify you. I have to qualify you first, but then if you qualify, by the way, not just me, I could recommend you to other people. Remember me, I open up communities every day right here on my platform. So I could find someone who you could work for. Just be very active in the other community. That community where I put you, the other one.
Yes, I do.
Show up, start posting. You could even post about this. But I think you have to be number 2 before you can be allowed, before I allow you to post. I don't know if you know how those numbers work. After I close,
yes, I do.
You have to be liking and adding comments like that, right?
Yes, I can work on that.
So when you get to 2, you can post. You come and bring ideas. We discuss them. That's how you rank up. And if you're very active, that's how you earn those jobs.
Thank you for that tip. I can work on that.
Yeah. So how about, who wants to say something? Professor, I think, can't speak. Centrally, you want to say something? What do you learn from this? Although you missed it, you left and then come back. Centrally, you learned something? Are you here or not? Penina, what's your takeaway, student, doctor? Doctor, student, potential. Penina, are you still on? Oh, it's midnight. What did you take away? Because for you are young, you're not paying bills. What did you learn from this?
Like I've just got, like I was confusing emergency money with savings.
So what did you learn then?
Like I learned that emergency money, it's that money. It's not saving, but it's just there, just like for burdens, things over like.
No, it's savings, but not for use like right now. When a real emergency, a big one, not the one the car broke down and the child is sick. No, that one you should have. It should be just around, like you just leave it in your bank account. You leave always something, right? Or you have two savings accounts. You could have one that does those kind of simple things, but then you have the other one, the real emergency. That's for me, the real emergency. Yeah. When nothing's coming in. Right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that's a real one. Okay, thank you so much for participating. Thank you. I really appreciate you being here. I'm going to take this one, they say, on the road. You know, like when a comedian tries out something in a club or somewhere. Sorry, I gave you that example. Mostly I'm talking about comedians. But they try out something, right? A routine. And then they say, now I'm ready to take it to the road. That's what we are doing here. I'm ready to take it to YouTube, to TikTok, to Skool, everywhere, international. And by the way, you didn't know something. When you are in my community and you invite people, I pay you. I pay you when you invite others. So when you learn that this one is a good thing, you go tell others. I'll give you some when you bring people. Okay, make it a movement. I call it a global saving money challenge. By the way, Sophia, if you have a male in your life, like a male or husband or brother who have another challenge, these two brothers, you can't see them. These are my brothers, Prof. K and Sentali, who are testing this out, so I didn't invite many other people. They have a community where they exercise here on Zoom every morning. So tomorrow at 8, if you want to invite your male friends, they could come and join us.
Thank you. Thank you for the offer, but I currently do not have anyone to invite. Thank you.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. But we want to encourage people, you know, about medicine and medical profession. Our men in Uganda are sick, very, very sick. So we want to encourage them to eat better and also to exercise every month, to sweat. Yeah, that's why we started that one. And it's for males only, men only. Thank you all so much. What do you think? Should we post this or we leave it here? Not on social media, but in the class, in the community. What do you think? Oh, Sophie, is this worth it?
Someone
We
else could
post it? Huh?
Yes, I do think we should, because I always believe that someone else can always benefit from such useful conversations.
Yeah. And you know, I did it in Zoom, but I could have done it on Skool itself. I thought about people who are not there. I think we removed Professor here. He was so overwhelmed. He's the only one who's not in there. That's why I did it here on Zoom. But we can go live in Skool itself. Did you know that? We can go live in Skool. Okay, thank you all so much. Those who watch this later, if you find I posted it somewhere, please add a comment below. What did you take away? Or did you add the numbers? What do you find? Are you positive, negative, sideways? Where are you? Okay, you start, this is my only tips. You start by looking at those numbers. What can you make less? Like I said, instead of eating chicken, eat some beans. Instead of going to shop, you say, I'm not shopping anymore. We've been eating out in restaurants, say, no. Do something for what to balance it. You have to balance the budget first. If you are in real shortage, please connect with me. This platform is the best out there right now. We could work for me, or you could promote what I do, or promote others, or connect with me, I'll show you, because I have people who start communities and don't have time to manage them. So we could do that. That's the beginning. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all who participated. I'm going to do more of these. Even tomorrow, we'll be here. So invite your friends. Okay? Thank you. Add a comment for me when you find it. Okay? Say whatever you want to especially question. I appreciate questions, because the question keeps the conversation going. And all of you, when I post it, come and add some comments. Okay? Thank you so much. Okay, did you what did you think? Were you thinking? Did you try it also? So I'd like to invite you to come to my free community, because that's where we do this. We even go live over there, and also invite you on Zoom too. Sometimes I switch them. Sometimes when I want it to be casual, I put it on Zoom. When I want it to be, in fact, I'm recording this one on Zoom. When I want everyone to pop in, then we do it live in the community. But you have to be inside the community. There are just a few questions you answer and you join. Everyone is welcome. Please, let's work on this. Let's save some money. Okay? Now, please like it, share it, invite anyone. This will be international. I know not everyone is allowed on Skool, but it doesn't matter. It's a free community, so anyone can come. And this is relevant to everyone. It's a movement to save money. That's my new mission. And also to make more money, and we're going to make it on Skool. So please like it, please share it. Add a comment for me. What did you find? Do you have a positive or negative? But come to the community, we'll discuss more, okay? Like I always end these, I say, take a very good care of yourself Take very good care of your families. Take very good care of your health. Without health, you have nothing, right? All this is useless. Okay, take a step to a better you. Go check the pinned comment. Come see you in my free community. Okay? Bye-bye.